I was a basketball player as well. Up until probably about age, I think like 7 to about 21, I played.
Okay.
For like South England, university team, club, things like that. But it wasn't really I love it, but it wasn't and I love playing it, but it wasn't really my passion like it was my mum, my dad's and my brother's.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like I inherited it. But what I am so grateful for basketball is that it got me into my passion, which is sneakers. Because without basketball, I don't think I would have got to this point of having this mad love.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it must have been like sneakers on court, sneakers off court, just everywhere. Your brother, your parents.
It's just like
sneakers everywhere.
Yeah, and I feel like even growing up in the like utility room or whatever in my parents' house, there was just so many sneakers. Like you can't tell who's a who.
Yeah.
You know, it's that kind of vibe. But yeah, when I was growing up, it was very different in the sense like. I can say this now that I'm out of my Nike contract, but I grew up wearing a lot of superstars, kind of more girly ones. Like remember some holographic ones I had that I absolutely loved. Jordans back then were only for on court for me. Okay. I didn't wear Jordans in fashion until I was probably a teenager, maybe a bit older.
Can you remember the Jordans that you were playing?
Oh, do you know what? Me and my dad have spoken about this, like, because he used to go to America a lot and bring them back for me and my brother back in the day, and I think it was 3s and 11s.
Okay.
But unfortunately, there's not many pictures of that era. There's not many, and like I said, they've all gone.
Yeah.
But that's what I think. Definitely can remember 11s, but I wish I knew specifically. Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Jordan fan, but I got a soft spot for the 11. Mm-hmm. I think 11 looks good in a lifestyle context as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Drop with the right pants, it's a good shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it too. How streamlined it is. It's really cool.
Yeah, the 11 is definitely has the most, what would you say? Like you can wear it in any environment situation, from
Space Jams, Concords,
from court to the main aisle at the church on a wedding day. You could do that. I think there's plenty of content out there of dudes in their wedding day in 11s.
Little magistrate's court visit.
Yeah.
Still got to look fly, right?
Absolutely. So can you remember the first? You mentioned superstars. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the first Jordan model or basketball shoe you remember that you could identify and say, yeah, that's the X?
Yeah, it would be the Jordan 1 Chicago's, which my brother actually had. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, when the original drops, but obviously my mum didn't hold on to them.
Oh.
They probably gone to a charity shop and some lucky person's got them, but that's just naturally how it went.
Yeah.
We didn't realise everything was going to go like this in the sneaker world, so yeah. But can you imagine if we still had those today? And also, in terms of Jordan, it was the AJ1 for a long time for me in the 11s. But in terms of Nike, I remember always having a big interest in the up-tempo. Still do to this day. And I'm a real 97 fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not very popular to say these days, but
You don't
I love them. I don't know. I don't really see them.
No, I still see people in the 97.
Okay, that makes me feel better because I feel like
It's a classic.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I mean it rings true because if you browse through your Instagram, the 97 appears quite regularly. You have a serious rotation of sneakers, but there is the odd one or two that you can obviously tell that you favour.
I can remember
97s is definitely one of those.
Yeah, for sure. It was the gold bullets. I wouldn't necessarily wear gold now, but back in the day, I just remember seeing them and just thinking like I have never seen anything this beautiful, and just like how streamlined they are. I've got such a narrow foot, so I feel like they fit me perfectly. Yeah, I just am a big fan.
So that'd be your favourite Air Max?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think longevity throughout my whole life, yes, I'd say. And then like most recently, I've got the CDG, the Skeptors, things like that. Yeah, I think they've captured my heart the most over time.
I've definitely got fond memories of the 97.
Yeah.
It's one of the few Air Maxes apart from the 1 and the 95 that I've actually got a pair and like wore the shit out.
Yeah.
Like wore them until there was nothing left of the store.
Yeah.
When they got reissued in 2017, it would have been camped out for them.
Did you?
Yeah. I was working at End at the time and I started to camp out for them because they were that hot.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't just get a pair, so I camped out overnight for them, got a pair and I wore the shit out.
Yeah. Mood.
Yeah,
Very relatable.
They're a good shoe.
And your favourite 97 would be?
If you'd asked me when I was a child, I would have said gold bullets, but now silver, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
just switch
silver, but I think
silver
because I love silver jewellery, so it's kind of a aesthetic thing more.
I feel that silver's dropped with everything, whereas the gold, a little bit more thought needs to be put in the white outfit.
Yeah, I agree.
What would yours be? 97. I know what mine is.
It is hard to go against the silver bullet.
Baroque, true Baroque brown.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
I would kill for a wearable pair of those. I'm not even that hung up on footwear like yourself or Elsie.
Yeah.
Like, I love footwear, don't get us wrong. I'm into it, I can have a conversation about it, but as for having shoes and obsession over them, I'm kind of past it now.
Yeah.
But that's a shoe I'd love them back.
Maybe they'll come into your life sometime.
Yeah, well, I'm probably watching a pair on eBay that's got a crumpled sole.
Yeah.
But I don't want to deal with that.
No.
No one wants to deal with that.
No.
It's the full length air unit on the 97 is my favourite Air Max air unit, sole unit. I'm a huge lover of the Air Max Deluxe, which is same era and like just a different upper, but
Underrated.
Yeah, massively underrated. Never really got the there was never a huge amount of options. There was maybe a handful of colourways at any one time. Even when they came back, they didn't really go too hard with it.
I don't think there was a big taste for it though.
No. See, when they originally dropped here in the UK, it was a JD shoe. I don't believe you could really find it anywhere else. So it was hard to come by even then in those days before people were collecting, like mad and hoarding and stuff. But that sole unit is my favourite sole unit on an Air Max. But as a silhouette, an Air Max 1 is my go-to. Yeah.
That's definitely what my brother is really into sneakers as well, and he's a bit more of a AM1 guy.
Yeah.
But I just think I like things a bit more jazzy, and I've always found like a 97 has kind of ticked that for me. But I've got my fair share of AM1s as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so speaking of your brother, do you think he's influenced your taste, or certainly fueled your passion for sneakers growing up and into young adulthood? Yeah,
well, actually no. It's kind of the reverse way around. So when I was growing up, when he did collect and have loads of sneakers, because he had like performance wear and still does because of basketball, and he's a sneakerhead, so he has the lifestyle, the fashion and the performance wear. I just thought it was silly. I was like, why are you collecting all of these? Like, this is when I'm a young child, thinking, why have you got all of these? You don't need this many. And then when I fell in love with it, I was like, oh, it all makes sense to me now. So now definitely one of my inspirations, and it's really cool to have someone in my family that I can talk about sort of the ins and outs of the culture as well with, and we can share that passion together. But he definitely was there way before me.